Warning: the following may contain some moments that might not be suitable for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. The three poachers enter the deserted park with guns and stunners, ready to poach the ravaging creatures. While driving, to check for any dinosaurs, but can't find any, so they proceed to climb out, armed. As they walk, multiple eyes stare at them, and unlike noises begins to spawn. The poachers feel uneasy, but proceeds to walk into the darkness. After a few meters, they find a jeep in the middle of their track. One of the poachers suggests they take the jeep, as it is much easier to ride with it than their car. The two other poachers agree, and they proceed to open the car when suddenly a monstrous animal jumps out and attacks one of the poachers and runs off. It was a Dilophosaurus, and inside the car was the dead body of a man, Dennis Nedry. The poachers scream, and one of them trips when one of the Dilophosaurus, the stern eyes in the dark, drag him into the dark. The other two poachers could hear screaming and then a gunshot. As other Dilophosaurus start running, they start running too, in that direction, and they saw the poacher had shot itself, and the Dilophosaurus is feasting on his body. Another Dilophosaurus comes and spits venomous slime at the one poacher, so they run. He touches the goo, and his hands begin to turn itchy and red. They decided to go back a few moments later. They pushed Nendry's body out of the car, and they started driving, and they started off into the darkness. The other two poachers felt silly that they didn't poach those dinosaurs, so they decided to do it now. They have a map for the island, so they go on a poaching spree. They poach small animals like Jurassic and then takes their bones to sell them. They feel great, and all of a sudden, a pack of velociraptors come their way. They hunt the poachers, and the poachers hunt them, but the raptors outsmart one of them, and they overtake him. They start mauling at him, a bit through his bones, and his flesh through. They threw his arm at the other poacher, and blood splattered on him. That poacher then decides to shoot into the air, scaring the raptors away, but one comes back and drags the body. The poacher then shoots the raptor and takes its body with him. When the poacher finally gets to the building, he enters and quickly realizes that he's in the genetics lab. He thinks he could get dinosaur eggs and some ambers and sell them to make thousands. He thinks it's a good idea and decides to enter further. He walks and walks and walks until he hears cracking. He looks down and sees multiple human and dinosaur bones. There was blood on the walls. Roars could be heard. The poacher is now scared and stops dead in his tracks because of the horror. He hears heavy breathing behind him, and so he turns around. A Tyrannosaurus was standing there and roared at him. The poacher screams and then got eaten by the giant dinosaur. In the distance, a man in a lab coat stands and holds a clipboard reading events. He picks up the camera and he has blood on his mouth with a sadistic smile and says, "Welcome to Jurassic," before screaming in terror as the dinosaur eats him, and the camera stays on long enough to let the blood splatter and to hear the man's screams. The camera's battery then died. So that was The Real Jurassic Park, a creepypasta based on the Jurassic Park series. And overall, this is a pretty great creepypasta. This is I felt like what happened if Jurassic Park is real, and or just what happened if Jurassic Park is actually felt like a horror movie than like a fun action family film. So the Jurassic Park books are actually a bit more darker than the movies. So yeah, there's more pretty intense dark deaths on the characters, and some other terrifying scenes of one with the dinosaurs. And that last part, with the freaking scientist guy has blood on his mouth and is making a sadistic smile, it's kind of unsettling until one of the dinosaurs just eats him up. Good on them to get that sadistic scientist out of the way. That dude, he's kind of mentally crazy on creating dinosaurs that could cause some danger to people. So yeah, and a lot of describing how the poachers died is kind of pretty cool and kind of scary too. So yeah, don't have anything else to say, but this is a pretty great short creepypasta I've read, based on Jurassic Park. So yeah. So anywho, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this creepypasta reading video, and like and comment this video and subscribe more content. So have a roar-tastic day, guys. So bye bye.